Hello, all you beautiful souls. So today's video is going to be on 5 signs that you could be on a soul journey. Now, my intention for making this video today is to educate everyone, even people who have messaged me that are, wondering, am I on this soul thing? I really don't understand. And so I thought it'd be pretty informational for me to go over these 5 signs that you are currently on a soul journey. Now, if these signs don't apply to you or you feel that they don't resonate with you right now, that's okay. It just means that you're not on a soul journey at the moment. But that doesn't mean that one day you may not consciously be on a soul journey, right? So let's get into sign number 1. Sign number 1 that you are on a soul journey is you experience obsessive thoughts and you know that they are there. Now, maybe throughout your life, you might have rushed things or done things in a very fast-paced manner, or the way that you thought was the way that, you believe that the world was, and you just went your whole life this way. But now it seems like all of that has accumulated. Now it's like your thoughts are running rampant with the what ifs and all the things that happened in the past, or what you might happen in the future, or what if I did this differently, or you just have all these thoughts going on in your mind. And it's more than, just a panic that happens at, maybe once or twice. It's like your mind, it's like you wake up and your thoughts are running you. And it doesn't seem that there's anything that you can do to stop them. And that is one sign that you are actually on a soul journey, all right? So sign 2 is doubt. If you experience doubt, then you could also, more than likely, are on a soul journey. Like I said, even with the obsessive thoughts, many of us, when we start our lives, we just know how life is. We just know the way that our life is supposed to be, and things we're doing, and the way that we think, and the way that we know that things are, and things like that. We just know. We have this knowing that we believe is life. But when you embark on this soul journey, whether or not you know this, you start experiencing doubt. Is this really the way things are? Why do things have to be this way? Are things really this way for me? So you start experiencing this doubt within you. It's like things start to not make sense anymore, and you can't really put a name on it. So that could be doubt, even doubt that you're on this soul journey, even doubt that you're in soul. I've met, some souls that are just very, very, very sure that they are in their soul. They're very sure that they understand what they're talking about and things like that. And that's a sure sign that you're not on a soul journey yet, which is okay. It's fine. It doesn't mean that you won't be one day, but that's if you're experiencing doubt, even doubt with whether or not you are on a soul journey. If you're experiencing doubt in just many ways, then that's a sure sign that you are on a soul journey, okay? Because doubt is fear-based energy, right? And that's the exact thing that leads you towards your soul, is even recognizing what that is. So the obsessive thoughts, the doubt, these are signs that your soul is trying to get in contact with you. And before they even can do that, it's like we're running on what we know and what we believe and how things are, so much that our soul can't even step in a little bit until we start experiencing these things that maybe rock us a little bit, that make us question a little bit, right? And your soul led you here for a reason, because your soul also knows. Okay. Sign number 3 is that you experience core wound pain. So what is core wound pain? So with the obsessive thoughts and the doubt, you also might have triggers as well. So things that someone says or someone does a certain way that just doesn't make you feel right, doesn't make you feel good, or maybe even things that you think that happened in the past, or that you said, or that you did, and it's like you experience this tightness. And that could be in your heart chakra, in your sacral chakra, or in your solar plexus chakra. So in these lower 3 chakras. So let's say you experience this tightness in your belly. I usually experience, this tightness in my chest and my belly, thinking about something or having a fear about something, or maybe I did something a certain way that I felt was wrong or whatever, and I would experience this pain. And maybe you also experience this pain in your body when you're thinking about something, like I said, or doing something, or just, out in the world, and it's like someone says something that just really triggers you. It really hits that spot that, no one is supposed to hit. And it's like you feel it. It's like, ooh, ooh, And this can be a mild pain to a very strong pain. It can be something that really touches you, or it could be something that is just a very light thing that you're experiencing. But you will experience that core wound pain. And again, this is a sign that you're on a soul journey, because it's all your soul being able to come in enough to say, hey, something is off. Something is off here, right? It's for you to pay attention, because when you're so sure and if you're so sure you're in your soul and you're so sure about everything, and whatever, that means that you have no fear-based energy. And that's kind of impossible to do without going through the ascension soul alignment process. And that also means that, again, your soul hasn't been able to come in enough to actually let you know that something is wrong, which is okay, or not wrong, off. Something is off, which is okay. Everyone eventually will go through this process. But if you're experiencing these things, despite we've been taught in 3D that these are terrible, bad things, it's actually a sign that you're kind of waking up a little bit, and your soul is able to bring these certain signs or symptoms or feelings to you now. So it may feel like a death at first, and I meet many of my students who feel that this feels like a death, something's wrong. And then once they start balancing their energy, they're like, wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever embarked on. And it really is a beautiful journey. So if you experience that core wound pain, you experience pain, it could be maybe down here, maybe someone, or maybe a fear that you have about yourself that you've been taught, maybe about your age or your background or your financial status, or, it could be anything like that. Anything that is a core wound for you. You could feel that pain, that tightening. It's like something happens and your mind goes, oh, is it because of this? And then you feel it, oh, yeah, that could all be signs. Right, so sign number 4 that you are on a soul journey is your tricks that usually worked before are starting to not work anymore. So let's say throughout your life, maybe you were a player, or you were very good at saying a certain thing to someone to make them feel a certain way, or getting a certain thing, but it's starting to not work anymore. And that could be due to maybe 2 reasons. One, because you no longer feel the want for them to work anymore. You don't even care if they work anymore. You're so tired and done with those things. You're like, whatever. Or the second reason could be, again, because your soul is trying to step in a little bit and say, hey, something's off. And so the things that you did before, they don't work anymore. Whether you're working a job or when you were working your job, you used to handle communications or work things out with people or talk things out with people. You're just finding that it's no longer working in your life. Those things are no longer working out for you. And maybe you don't even care for them to work anymore. Maybe you're so tired of making it work anymore, and you're just in this limbo state with, this is how things are, but why is this not feeling like how it should be, like how everyone else seems to feel? Why is it not feeling like that? And that is a sign that you are on a soul journey. And again, that could also be maybe a manipulation or other things that we're taught are normal, lying, deceiving, trying to get things to go your way, or, just different pressure tactics or whatever that you might have done before. You either no longer have the need to do this, or you doing them is no longer working in different situations in your life, and it's causing more obsessive thoughts, and it's causing more questions, it's causing more doubts, more fears, more core wound pain on what is going on. You may not label it as that consciously. There's many people, obviously, that operate like this, and they're not conscious of it. So, the labels don't really matter as far as what's actually going on, what is. But yeah, if you are experiencing the way that you've done things before are no longer working for you, then that is a sign that your soul is trying to wake you up. This could also be in relation to going to different psychics, readers, let's say, with all these doubts and fears, and maybe you had a relationship that didn't work, or you have many fears and doubts about people in your life, and you want to turn to a psychic or a tarot reader, or you want to go to all these different people to help you out with your problems before your soul led you here, because I only teach the truth here. Or you go to people who are intuitive, or you talk to your friends and family, and maybe try to tell people around you about what you're experiencing, and it's like they don't understand, or they give you something that feeds what you want to hear in the moment. They tell you, oh, things are going to go this way, things are going to go that way, this person is doing this person is doing that, and things aren't going to work out here, and things are going to work out here. And it's like, okay, you got your answer that you wanted, but there's still a question, there's still fear, there's still something behind, whether you realize this or not, that isn't quite satisfied with anything that you've learned or tried to go out and understand. There's still this question there on what's going on. All right, so the fifth sign that you are on a soul journey is, no matter what you do, you cannot escape this. You cannot escape it. Before, when you maybe had obsessive thoughts, you maybe just take a day off work and relax, spend time with the kids or your pets, and you just be fine. But now it's like nothing you do seems to work. You still have those thoughts. It doesn't go away, no matter how many short-term things that you do, no matter how many healers and ayahuasca trips that you do. This doesn't seem to go away. Your obsessive thoughts, your core wound pain, your questions, the way that you need to figure out your life. These things don't seem to go away for you, and you're starting to catch on to that. You're starting to catch on that, man, something's off. It feels like you cannot escape this soul journey. It feels like something is wrong. Something is off. And it's like no matter what you do, no matter how many people that you talk to get that edge off, no matter how many times you go online and, someone tells you, okay, this is the answer to your question, which is like, okay, but it's like an hour later, you're looking it up again. An hour later, you're looking it up again. The next week, you're looking it up again. You just can't, you can't find satisfaction. That's a sure sign that you are on the soul journey when you're not satisfied, or maybe you try out a certain technique or something that you learned online or that someone said that you should do, and it's still not satisfying something within you. It's still not giving you what you feel that you want or need or desire, right? That's a sure sign that you are starting to become aware that you are on a soul journey. So these are 5 signs that you are on a soul journey. I plan on making more signs, and if you resonate with this, definitely, let me know in the comments, or, if you don't feel that you're on a soul journey yet, that's completely okay. Eventually everyone will have to go on their soul journey, so there's definitely no rush to this process, but these are 5 signs that you are on a soul journey, which is probably much different than what most things in a 3D make it seem like, oh, 5 signs, and it's all these beautiful positive signs and what we label as that. But I'm telling you, these signs that actually something has cracked within your surface actually take you deeper into vibrationally heaven on earth, which is your soul. It takes you deeper. It takes you into that place of love unconditionally. It takes you into who you truly are at the root. So if you feel all these things and it feels like hell, and I know for me in the beginning of my journey, it felt like my life was ending. It felt like something was going wrong. It felt like everything I thought I knew was not correct. It felt like, the way that my life was, the things that I knew about myself, that I thought about myself, are certainly not going the way that they should have gone, that I felt that they should have gone for me, that I was entitled for them to go. And everything, kind of collapsed for me, and I was kind of left trying out different things, psychics, readers, different, identities too, because your fear-based energy, which is what I balance out, it controls your mind. it controls your mind and it puts many different things in your mind. So yeah, I went through all those cycles until I found my amazing, beautiful teacher who showed me how to come back to my soul. And I can't thank her enough for giving me what seems to be my life back. And it's the only method that works 100% of the time. Everything else does not work besides this because it's not divine truth. And yeah, I hope all of you beautiful souls have an amazing day. And if you need further help on your journey, I do have many resources available. I have one-on-one in-person sessions if we are the right fit, if you are on a soul journey. I also am creating a course at the moment, and I also have a book. You can email me at shydizzle@gmail.com. It goes into the soul keys on how to align closer to your soul. It goes into what this whole thing is about. It also has a little manual at the bottom, which is a free bonus that goes into what that embodiment may look like as you're balancing further into your soul and different things that you may resonate with more and more on your journey. It's 100% divine truth backed. It's a very simple and easy read. And yeah, I hope all of you beautiful souls have an amazing day. Bye.